Honors Algebra 2, this is your quiz review video for 6.5 to 6.7, which is going to be, I believe, the Thursday of the first week of March during your spring 2021 homecoming week. That is the first time I ever said that. So here's what's going on. Simplify. In section 6.5, we had leftovers. Okay, so we were taking the square root of 50, which is 5 root 2. 2 has to stay on the inside of jail. This imaginary 2 goes into 7 3 times with 1 left over. 2 goes into 9 4 times with y with 1 left over. 2 goes into 13 6 times with 1 left over. All right, again, I'm taking the second root of 28. The square root of 28 is 2, breaks out of jail. 7 stays on the inside. 2 goes into 5 for x 2 times with 1 left over. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Exactly. Now I'm taking the third root. I'm taking the third root of 16. So 16 is 2 to the fourth. That means there is one triplet of 2's. This poor 2 stays on the inside. Now it is in the cubed root. Make sure that index of 3 is up there. 3 goes into 7 twice, 1 left over. 3 goes into 11 3 times with 2 left over. Number 4, I'm taking the fourth root of 48, so I need a group of 4 to break out of this radical jail. 48 is 2 to the fourth times 3, so those would be 16. The fourth root of 16 is 2. That's why it's out here. What's left over is 3 in the fourth root, okay? 4 goes into 13 3 times with 1 left over. 4 goes into 6 1 time with 2 left over. 5. 6 times 12 is 72. X to the 8th, add the exponents, y to the 5th. Square root of 72 is going to be 6 root 2. All right. 2 goes in 8 4 times exactly. 2 goes into 5 twice with 1 left over. 3 times 4 is 12 on the outside. X to the 7th, y to the 12th. 2 goes into 7 3 times with 1 left over. 2 goes into 12 6 times exactly. And on 7 on the outside, 3 times 2 is 6. 8 times 6 is 48. X to the 9th, 48. That's 2 to the 4th times 3 again. 2 times 2 is 4. That 4 is going to multiply 6 to give you 24. Then 2 goes in, and then the 3 is on the inside, root 3. 2 goes into 9 4 times with 1 left over. And here on 8, 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 8 is 24. X to the 6th, y to the 10th. Square root of 24 is 2 root 6, so 2 is going to multiply with 12 to give you 24 on the outside. 2 times 6 give you, or 2 times 3 is 6 on the inside. This 2 goes into 6 3 times. 2 goes into 10 5 times. All right, more with 6.5 here. 6.5 really brought the heat. Square root of 90 is 3 root 10. Square root of 40 is 2 root 10. Square root of 160 is 4 root 10. Add them all up, you get 9 root 10. All right, so on 10 here, root 20 is 2 root 5, so the 2 is going to multiply with 3 to give you 6 root 5 minus. Square root of 45 is 3 root 5, so 3 is going to multiply by 6 to give you 18 root 5 plus square root of 80. Now, I know 4 and 4, that breaks down, but it's 2 to the 4th, or 2 pairs of 2, or a pair of 4. Anyway, 4 is going to multiply by 3 to give you 12 root 5. That's 0. That's 0 root 5. Nothing. First outer, inner, last. 3 root 2 times 4 root 3 is 3 times 4, 12. Root 2 times root 3 is root 6. 3 root 2 times a negative root 2 is going to be 3 times root 2 times root 2 is just 2. Put the minus there. Root 5 times 4 root 3 is going to be 4 root 15 minus root 5 times root 2 is root 10. That's how it simplifies. 7 times 7 is 49 minus Again, you have conjugates, so you just need to do the first and last part of FOIL. 7, 7, 3 root 6, 3 root 6. Negative sign, positive sign, opposite sign, same two terms. 3 times 3 is 9. Root 6 times root 6 is 6. 49 minus 54 is a negative 5. All right. Number 13, when you're dividing by a root, you want to multiply top and bottom by the conjugate. So the conjugate of root 5, we were just talking about those, root 5 plus 2 is root 5 minus 2. Multiply top and bottom by that. At the bottom, you just have to do root 5 times root 5, which is 5. 2 times 2, which is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Up top, it's 6 root 5 minus 12. 14, you're going to multiply top and bottom again by the conjugate, which would be 7 plus root 3. So down below, it's going to be 7 times 7, 49, minus root 3 times root 3 is just 3. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 7 root 3. There we go. 15, root 7 plus root 2. It's the conjugate. 7 root 3 plus, 3 root 7 plus 3 root 2. All over root 7 times root 7 is 7, minus root 2 times root 2 is 2. All right. On 16, we're going to multiply top and bottom by root 3 plus 1. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So you have root 24 plus root 8. Root 24 is 2 root 6. Root 8 is 2 root 2. You can divide those all by 2. Nothing inside the root can be divided. That's the best answer. I know we can all do it. Okay, then we have a pretty easy page, especially the first here. Write each in radical form. I'm taking the 5th root of x to the 3rd. I am taking the 5th root of x squared. Now simplify this. This is x to the 1/2, so I'm taking the 2nd root of x to the 1st, or the square root of x. I'm taking the 7th root of x to the 13th. 7th root of x to the 13th. 21, 7th root of x to the 3rd, that is x to the 3/7. Here I have x to the 3/5. Here I have, this is poorly written, I have x to the 4/8, which is x to the 1/2. Here I have x to the 9/5. I have, I'm going to add the exponents here, x to the 3/2, x to the 8/2 plus times x to the, 8/10 times x to the 5/10 times x to the 6/10 is x to the 19/10. Get the same denominator, call this x to the negative 2/4, x to the 8/4, x squared. Power to a power, multiply the power is 3 times 1 over 2 times 3, x to the 1/2. Here I want to add the exponents. I want to add the exponents first. So this is x to the 3/6 times x to the 4/6. X to the 7/6, I want to square it. A power to a power, I'm going to multiply the powers together. 7/6 times 2 is 14/6, which is 7/3. Take the square root of 16, which is 4, then take the square root of 4, which is 2. All right. On 31, going to divide, get the same base for the exponents, the fractional exponents, that is. X to the 6/8 divided by x to the 5/8. Subtract the exponents, that's x to the 1/8. Same thing, 7/2, negative 1/3. Common denominator of 6, subtract the exponents. 21 minus a negative 2. That's x to the 23/6. Make sure you put x as a base. 23/6, a lot of students just subtract and think that's the answer. That is the exponent. 4/5 is 8/10. 1/2 is 5/10. Subtract the exponents. Common denominator here is 20. Subtract the exponents. Then square both sides. X is 39. This is pretty easy. Add 4 to both sides. Square both sides. X is a negative 3. Again, you just get one answer because only the square root of 36 is 6. Only the square root of 16 is 4. Okay, you only have one answer here. Subtract 1 from both sides, then square both sides. Subtract 3 from both sides, then square both sides. On 39, you're going to cube both sides. On 40, you are going to, you guessed it, cube both sides. All right. Then, to end it, we've got some interesting ones, sort of. So, you know, I can square both sides right away. I just got to make sure that when I got that 3, I got to square. I got to square 3. When you square square root, that falls out. Then I distribute, and then I solve. Nothing too special on 47. Subtract 7 from both sides. Then square both sides. Add 4 to both sides. Divide by 3. I probably made a typo. Because when you cube both sides, when you raise 4 thirds to the third, 4 to the third is 64. 3 to the third is 27. Then you're going to add 1 to both sides. Well, adding 1 is like adding 27 over 27. You get a fraction. If you're going to go to calculus, you learn how to handle fractions. Add 3 to both sides. Then I'm going to raise both sides to the reciprocal of a quarter. Raise both sides to 4. To the 4th power, that is. All right, 45 is an easier version of 41 here. Going to square both sides. I'm going to add 4. Going to divide by 3. Going to square both sides. X is 3. All right. That should be, yes it is, your quiz review video for 6.5 to 6.7. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.